Warm welcome from me. Like Walter said, my name is Inken, and I'm very grateful to be a part of the Light Warrior Collective hosting team. Every Sunday at the same time, we are here for you to open our hearts, our arms, our space for you. And we just love this moment of connection, of slowing down and going inward. So let the world be the world outside right now. Now it's just us in this moment. And we just love to inspire you and raise your vibration. And just, take a moment to maybe dive into something that's new for you, maybe something that's a repetition. But be sure every session is always unique and is prepared only for you. So thank you very much for showing up today, for being here with us. And it's my pleasure and honor to introduce you to our beautiful Jenny, who is part of the core team of the Light Warrior Collective. She is a beautiful light, and I feel she has so much to give to the world. And I'm really grateful that she has grown into our core team and has evolved and is sharing her wisdom and her beautiful voice. So many people love her voice. So thank you very much for being here and for sharing your wisdom, your light with the community. And without further ado, I hand it over to you, my love. You introduce your topic and what you're going to do with us. I'm excited, I'm happy, and we are all yours.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you to my Light Warrior Collective family. Whether you are my core team that I work with, or whether you are my regular attendees that I get to see every week. And if you're new here, welcome. We welcome you with open arms. And today we are continuing our journey in being. And I have a little presentation planned. Be discerning. What does it mean to be discerning? Well, let's first take a look at the definition of discernment. Discernment is the quality of being able to comprehend what is obscure. Discernment is how we decide where we work, where we live, who to date or marry, or what we do with our lives. For me personally, it has been behind my decisions for moving across the country, as well as leaving my country and living in another one. But let's ponder a few things now. Are you able to feel when someone is telling the truth? Do you know how to determine your next right step when faced with a decision? Can you tell when an idea is coming from your deepest self? Or instead, if it's coming from an outdated or unproductive pattern? Are you getting in the way of what you really want? In order to make a truly good and right decision, you need to put your own ego and opinion aside. Every decision we make is either moving us closer to good and the fulfillment of our dreams and heart's desires, or further away from it. Anytime you discern a major decision, most often you already know the answer to your question. Discernment is simply the process of uncovering the answer within your heart. Discernment is not the same as judgment. Judgment speaks of control and a need to be right. If you are judging something in yourself or someone else, you cannot uncover what is true in a situation. Discernment is the absence of judgment, with a goal of obtaining understanding in order to make a good and right decision. A good discernment process carefully considers the options, weighs the advantages and disadvantages, and thoroughly and thoughtfully examines the consequences. It acts as a means of protection, guarding us from being deceived. So then, what does it mean to be discerning? It means having the ability to distinguish between subtle differences. It means insightful understanding. It means being able to evaluate situations effectively. For example, a discerning chef can tell the difference between high-quality ingredients and inferior ones. A discerning art critic can identify genuine masterpieces from imitations. A discerning customer can spot a well-made product from a poorly made one. Discerning people are often described as perceptive, astute, and wise. What are the characteristics of discerning people? Well, they possess keen observation skills and are adept at noticing details and subtleties that others might miss. They are able to make well-reasoned decisions based on thorough assessment and understanding. They draw from a level of wisdom or experience, or they honor those with life experience or education that give them particular insight. They take careful consideration of all aspects before taking action. They often have a strong sense, insight, or intuition that helps to identify those subtleties and patterns that others overlook. They also make time for inner reflection. They are not easily swayed by superficial or misleading information. They can sense truth or falsehood behind words and actions. They are open to new information and being perceptive and willing to grow and take the lesson and learn from their experiences. They are often humble, recognizing their limitations and their strengths and their willingness to learn. That adage, know thyself, they truly know themselves. They are persistent in understanding the truth and will wait for the right time or the opportunity to take action because it's in alignment with their goals. They are able to make decisions that align with their values and their principles, usually in the highest good for all. They are honest with themselves and others, acting in full integrity in all things. They are willing to take risks, act boldly, even if it is against status quo, questioning their long-held beliefs. Let's look at discernment in action. How does one thoughtfully make decisions that ultimately lead to happiness and peace? How do you make a good choice when you may not know what good looks like? What happens when the black and white merge into a foggy gray? First, make sure you are choosing between two goods. Yes, it sounds silly, but it is important. There are good decisions and not so good decisions, whether in business, in life, or with family. If you are choosing, choose between two good decisions. Second is pay attention to your feelings. What is in your heart? Or what is in your gut that's telling you, in your whole mind, your soul and being, not just what's in your head. It is complete clarity. Discernment of movements is the process of inner reflection, of listening and feeling the feels, whether it's deep joy, peace, or perhaps fear. Attend to these feelings in times of quiet reflection and process them. Ask yourself, what choice are you drawn to in times of joy and peace? Also ask yourself, which choice draws you away from anxiety and fear? Make a decision based on observation and reflection. And if there are no emotional movements or a sense of joy or fear, simply crunch the numbers. Look at the data. Make a list of the pros and cons, the advantages and disadvantages. But remember, just because a list has 10 pros and only 1 con, that one con might outweigh all the pros. And then imagine, spend time thoughtfully imagining yourself living out each alternative. Ask questions like, what would I advise a dear friend in the same situation? When I'm at the end of my life, which decision would I have wanted to make? Or will I like the person I become if I choose this option? For example, will I grow resentful if I choose this option? Or will I expand and step into my potential? Once you imagine the possible outcomes, decide and take action. You must make a decision. Discernment isn't reflection, it's about doing. It requires bravery, courage, and humility. The sooner you make a decision, the sooner you can move on with your life in the direction you desire to go. And then lastly, check the fruits. What are the outcomes of your decision? If you like your words, your actions, and your behaviors, that's a good indication that the decision you made was good. If the fruits are rotten, for example, if you don't like the person you are becoming, or your actions are not aligned with your values, if the fruits are rotten, it is an indication you may need to alter your course. Thoughtful discernment should result in good fruit. True discernment means not only distinguishing right from wrong, it means distinguishing the primary from the secondary, the essential from the indifferent, the permanent from the transient. It means distinguishing between good and better, and also between better and best. I invite you to choose wisely. Be discerning. And now, find yourself in a comfortable position. I'll lead you on a guided meditation. I invite you now to gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Stretch if you need to, adjust if you need to, and take another deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Today's meditation will help you detach from your thoughts so you can ease into the divine space of your true self. You are the observer of your thoughts. As you observe them, know that thoughts become things, and you have the power to create your reality. This is incredibly powerful because knowing that allows you to choose to give energy to the thoughts that serve you well, the thoughts that bring you joy, and help create the life you love. And also, you detach from your thoughts. You can choose to let the negative thoughts pass through you. Imagine now a light from above. Allow this light in through the top of your head. Allow it to relax your eyes, your forehead, your face. Relax your ears, your neck, and your shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and with a sigh, just let it all out and relax. Allow this light to move through you, relaxing all your muscles, even down your arms to your fingers. Relax your hips, your thighs, your knees, and your legs, all the way down to your feet. Imagine this light as it goes down deep into the earth, connecting with Mother Earth. And then imagine up through this column of light, Mother Earth energy, and rest it within your heart. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Inevitably, thoughts arise. Maybe it's a single thought, deepened by the emotions behind it. Or maybe it feels like a rainstorm of thoughts, each drop coming down one after the other, making you feel fast-paced and maybe anxious. No matter how you're experiencing your thoughts right now, just notice they are there. Now I want you to identify one thought in particular. Maybe it's a visual of an experience you'd like. Maybe it's a decision you're facing. Maybe it's a concern that you might have. Maybe it's a thought about your goal or your desire to achieve your dreams. Whatever it is, I want you to take a moment now and identify one thought. With this one thought, imagine this thought is floating over your head. It might be in the form of words. It might be a picture. Maybe it's a mini movie. Visualize this thought floating above you. And now imagine this thought, that it becomes encircled in a bubble. A floating bubble that encapsulates your thought as it hovers over you. Notice you as the observer of this thought. And take a moment now to recognize any emotions that may be connected to this thought. Happiness, stress, sadness, fear, perhaps love, glee, joy, or peace. Watch as the inside of your bubble is infused with this emotion. If you notice the thought is a good one that serves you and brings you joy, place that bubble in an imaginary basket beside you. If the thought perhaps is not a good one, or one that causes you stress or anxiety, or brings up negative emotions, or causes you to shrink, watch that bubble float away and dissolve into the distance. And when you're ready, silently say, "I release you," and send the bubble away. I release you. Detach from your thoughts. Watch that bubble disappear into the distance and observe that you are still here. I want you again now. Take a moment. Perhaps there's another thought that rests within your heart. Identify any thought that comes up and place now that new thought inside the bubble above your head and infuse it with any emotions that go with it. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Observe this thought in the bubble above your head and the emotions. If this thought is a good one that serves you and brings you joy, place that thought bubble into your basket beside you. And again, if you have a thought in that bubble that causes you to shrink or it brings up negative emotions, send that bubble away. I release you. And say to yourself, I release you. And breathe. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Detach from your thoughts. If you find yourself getting lost in your thoughts or losing your vision, just come back to your breath and recenter yourself. Bring your attention back to your breath. Inhale and slowly exhale. Feel the cool air come in and the warm air as you breathe out. Now look at that basket beside you. No matter if it's overflowing with good thoughts or there is only one single bubble inside, take a moment now to feel grateful for all the thoughts, all the experiences, and all the feelings that are here right next to you. The joy, the happiness, the peace, the love. Take a moment and feel this gratitude. You are the master of your life. And here is where it all starts, in the noticing of your thoughts, observing what serves you and observing what doesn't, and choosing with intention. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. I invite you to wiggle your toes, slowly wiggle your fingers. Perhaps your body is asking for a stretch. Raise your arms above you and stretch. Take a deep breath in. And as you bring your arms down, slowly exhale. When you're ready, I invite you to come back to this space and slowly open your eyes. Namaste.